The spoilers for Chapter 14 of Two Blue Vortex have dropped, Kashin Koji being on the cover, even though he doesn't make an appearance this chapter. But I must say it is a very cool cover. We get a few characters making an appearance, characters that haven't been seen a few chapters ago, and characters that we have barely seen at all in the entirety of the Boruto franchise. The way this chapter ended was interesting, and midway we also got to see something interesting happen, which I will talk about when we get to that point. Anyways, let's get started. The chapter starts off with Boruto handcuffed to a chair with Konohamaru and Ibiki, one of the characters who hasn't made an appearance in a long time. The room they are in reminds me of the room Amato was in when he was getting interrogated. Shikamaru and the two elders seem to be looking at the interrogation going on, but it seems they are looking through a glass window. We get to see Ada and Demon, who are talking to Kawaki about Boruto being interrogated. They aren't in the room with Shikamaru, but they are in that secret home base that they were transferred to in the end of the pre-time skip. In this chapter, we get to see Amato too, who is apparently talking about the Otsutsuki and the Shinju. Regarding to fan translations, it isn't new information. Amato is only talking about how Otsutsuki are devoured by the 10 tails to cultivate a chakra fruit. But we got confirmation of Jura officially being the incarnation of the 10 tails itself. To be honest, it did seem to be the case of him being the 10th tails itself, as there were multiple hints to it. Either it being the logo on his back, which resembles the Sage of Six Paths logo, him not having his chakra signature in the Konoha database, and him being the leader of the Shinju. The two elders are listening to the interrogation happen and are also talking. Ada also seems to be spying with her Senrigan. We then get Ibiki asking Boruto about how he knows all of this stuff. Boruto tells him that he won't reveal his identity for the sake of his safety. We obviously know this person with the information is Kashin Koji, but everyone else, including Amato, thinks that he is dead. Ibiki loses his patience and slams Boruto's face onto the table and hurts him even more. In the fan translations, Ibiki says how he wanted to do this for what Boruto apparently did to Naruto. A funny thing is that Boruto is bleeding from Ibiki. Unless Ibiki is Jigen level, I don't know how Boruto is bleeding, but anyways, let's keep going. There is a page of Shikamaru holding his head, telling himself why he trusts Boruto. This obviously means that omnipotence is taking an effect on him to make Shikamaru re-believe that Kawaki is the true son of Naruto. By the fan translations, it seems like Shikamaru does end up forgetting his secret conversations with Boruto, but still trusts him as he remembers making it a decision to trust him. So in a way, Shikamaru is still breaking out of omnipotence. Mitsuki makes a return in this chapter, and Shikamaru lets him enter the interrogation room. He enters Sage mode and pretends to attack Boruto. He uses a snake to open the handcuffs. Boruto escapes using Flying Thunder God. Let me give more context about this part. So in the fan translations, what happened was that Mitsuki was called into the interrogation room to poison Boruto since punching him wasn't going to make him budge. Shikamaru gave Mitsuki the code to the cuffs that only Shikamaru, Konohamaru, and Ibiki know. Boruto says something to Mitsuki to make him mad, talking about him finding his son, which seems dumb. Mitsuki pretends to get mad and slams him to the wall, while secretly using a snake to unlock the cuffs. Mitsuki tells Boruto where his stuff are, then gets freed and teleports to his stuff using Flying Thunder God. Mitsuki doesn't seem to be getting affected by omnipotence the same way Shikamaru had, at least for now. Later on in the chapter, we see Kankuro, a character we haven't seen in a long time. He talks to Shikamaru about the Shinju attacking the hidden sand, and that Shinki was turned into a tree. In the 2 pages, we see the Shinju in their hideout, and we see the same Shinju that appeared in Koji's prescience appear. We don't know his name yet, but this confirms that the new Shinju is Shinki. There were a lot of people who thought that for some reason, the new Shinju was going to be Naruto. I don't see how that makes any sense since he is stuck in another dimension. This was a solid chapter. We got a bunch of characters returning, a new Shinju, and finally a sign that we are going to leave the Hidden Leaf. The only way Shinki could have turned into a tree was at the same time Himawari and Sarada were fighting Jura and Hidari. It makes sense that Matsuri and Mamushi went to the Sand Village. Kankuro also says that Gaara was defeated by the Shinju, according to the translations. Maybe next chapter we get to see a flashback to this happening. The way this is going, it looks similar to Shippuden, when Deidara was fighting Gaara in the beginning. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the chapter. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Leave a comment down below about your thoughts. Also, make sure to read the official release of the chapter with the official translations on the 20th. Anyways, that's it from me. See you guys next time.